Can I ask you to introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, my name's Devlin and I run the Waharoa Base Horse Rescue and Rehabilitation Centre, which is the NZTRF and the Golden Phoenix Equestrian Centre.
And so you're rescuing horses here. Where are they coming from?
We get ones from, at the moment we have from Argentina, Hong Kong, Ireland, Australia, all around the world basically.
So these are racehorses?
These are race horses, yes. We do trotters and we also pacers and thoroughbreds, mainly thoroughbreds. We do the odd rescue pony and things like that as well.
And so what do you do here at the centre?
What we do is we're starting up a jockey school and we're going to be training jockeys and rehabilitating the horses to do that as well. We get a lot of injured horses through and we work out what's wrong with them, rehabilitate them and find them a home, or they stay in the sanctuary as school horses.
So a little while ago you gave me a call and asked for some information about EquiBrew. Why did you do that?
Oh well, I did have a look on the Facebook page, and I like to go to the source. I'm a very sceptical person, and as you can tell, I don't want to waste money. There are a lot of products out there, so I'm very much go to the source. And as I said to you, we have a lot of horses with different issues, ulcers, just mental issues when they come back from overseas because they're kept in very small confined spaces. So getting them healthy from the inside first is our main priority, and getting their head around everything.
So we came here about 6 days ago and got a group of horses started on that. Can you tell me what the starting point was?
Yeah, well, I was a bit sceptical at the start, as I said to you. I didn't expect to see anything, and was probably day 3 when I first saw one of our main ones from Ireland, who is extremely aggressive. You couldn't get into a paddock with him. He'd be at the gate screaming his head off if you were 2 minutes late for feed. I happened to wander out in the morning and I thought he was dead because I couldn't see him. And I looked across the paddock and I yelled out his name, and he looked up and he went, "Oh yeah, it's my dinner." And I yelled again and he wandered over, and he was a lot different attitude. We lost the biting when I touch him. You know, we lost the aggression, the teeth bared and things like that. And then I noticed, I brought them in at night, they run into their stables at night. Normally they just run straight into their boxes and eat their dinner. These guys were having a ball, bucking and rearing and playing, but it hasn't transferred across to their riding, which is good. When you get on them, they're settled. The girthiness on a couple of them have gone. We're only riding a couple of them at the moment. What I really liked about it was their general happiness, their well-being has changed. Their attitude has changed. You know, I think they're feeling healthier from the inside. Have
you noticed any physical changes?
Dapples. It's like an AMP showground here. One of my mares looks like she's about to compete in the AM Horse of the Year. She's gone from head to toe. She's a standardbred mare, and she's from Canada, and I've known her for a good 5 years, and she's as healthy as anything normally anyway, but dapples from head to toe. And 2 other thoroughbreds also, dapples down the bum, and one had a skin condition. All the scabby skin, you can just see it's all healed and it's starting to look fresh, and the areas around it not dry anymore. So that's 6 days into it. So.
And are you making any adjustments to your management of them in response to what you've seen?
I've managed to drop everybody. We've changed nothing else. No extra hay, no nothing like that. We have just to make sure that everything's the same, it's not going to plateau. And I've actually reduced their feed by half a dipper. We feed biomere, and I've reduced it by half a dipper, every single horse.
So each horse is getting a third less feed now?
1/3 less feed, yep.
And they're maintaining an improving condition?
They're improving condition, because a lot of them are very light. A lot of them have body scores of 3, which is quite light, you know, for a racehorse coming off the track. And it's definitely improving. I'm seeing 3.5s, you know, and that's a big thing for me. And I measure them as well to make sure that we are getting the gains, because they're young, still bum high. Mm-hmm. So yeah, definitely.
Any other observations that you'd like to share?
What have you noticed? Just a playfulness, and they're happy. They're happy again. You know, they've got that twinkle in their eye again. They've gone from, because a lot of them are Hong Kong in boxes, and they're, you know, angry. They're like, you know, it's almost like they've taken a deep breath, and now we've got a fresh. We've started with a blank canvas, and now we can progress on from here. And these guys can find some really good homes. So, yeah.
Can we go meet a couple of our friends?
Sure can.
So who have we got here?
This is Military Secret, and he's from Ireland and then Hong Kong. And he had an accident and broke both front fetlocks, and he has fused front fetlocks. And basically he was in a lot of pain and angry and quite aggressive, extremely aggressive around feed time. Weren't you? Yes. So we would have to basically throw, you can see his feed bin was here, everything was thrown over the gate because it was just, he'd chase you out of the paddock. And this is the one we've seen the most attitude change with.
So you would you feel safe going into the paddock with him now?
I even put his cover on without a halter and lead on. There's no way in this world I would feed him and put his cover on at night. I would halter him, put his cover on, get someone to hold him by the gate, or I'd hold him, loop it through the gate, just hold him while I was doing his cover up, and then he'd have his feed. Now I can just do it like the rest of them, whack it straight on, you know. It's just, his whole manner's changed. He just seems healthier and happier in himself.
So who do we have here?
This is Sooty. This is my first ever horse rescue. He's 26 years old now, and I've had him since he was 2. This is my first track horse that I rode. And he broke my nose and broke my tooth, and
nice.
then I got him off the dog tucker man. And now he's in retirement, and this has been a hard winter for him. He's not his usual big fat jet black self. So I was actually thinking maybe it might be his last summer, but he's actually started to get a shine through his coat. I don't know if you can see that. Last week he was very matted, and you can see all this guard here, this brown guard here was starting to come through, which it's boiling hot. He shouldn't have that. He should be looking like this, but this has just started happening. The skin condition he had is all drying out. That was a big sores last week, but that's dried out and it's starting to heal. He's doing really well, and again he's started to pick up in his weight as well. Ribs were sticking out last week across the, his back. There was a big ridge, but he's definitely putting on weight, definitely. So I'm really happy about that. I'd like to see him into his 30s.